100% of women, okay, 99% of women have midsections sticking out. And again, when a statement like this is made, everybody thinks towards that's the one that carries the baby. Women carry babies. Women have wombs. So one would think that ordinarily the woman will prepare for the stretch that happens in pregnancy. But a good number of women don't do that. And there's some confusion and misconception about what to do with the midsection. And there are all kinds of teachings, all kinds of suggestions, all kinds of opinions. But listen to this. There's a muscle here, a flat muscle, called the rectus muscle. It's like a sheet of muscle, two of them like that. I join together. Think of that, women. When you do sit-ups or crunches, what you do is you're walking. If you hold the, if you touch it when you're doing your push-ups or sit-ups or crunches, the muscle is hard, you know, because muscle is the one flexing, you know. So there could be fat on top of it. There could be fat behind it, wherever it wants to. But what sit-ups and crunches will do for you is to give you the muscle. So when you keep flexing the muscle like this, flexing the muscle like this, whether in terms of form of lifting weight, whatever. When you let your arm relax, the muscle you have been flexing will still be looking flexed. That's how people have broader chests, broader arms from pushing weights and working out. You know, so the same thing happens when you keep flexing this muscle. When you keep flexing this muscle, the muscle looks like it stays like that. You know. So if you do this activity, you're not aiming to remove the fat that is here. That's usually what happens. People do a bit of it and go to the mirror, and then do a bit of it and go to the mirror, and then they give up. They say the thing's not going, you know, and they give up. What you're doing actually is, in the moment you're doing those crunches, you're actually doing this. You're flexing the muscle there. So if you keep doing it, the muscle will become like this inside. Of course, there's fat. There could be fat in front, at the back. So it still looks like you have this tension. See the difference. When that muscle has to, when it's not flat, the toning of the muscle pulls your abdomen in unconsciously. That's the hack now. So if you look at me as I'm talking, my midsection is tightening by itself without me knowing. But if this muscle is not active, I'll talk with my stomach. Just like it will move. Because the muscle can't move. It has not been moved consciously enough. That's how sit-ups create flat tummy. So it doesn't create it by burning the fat in your tummy. No, it does not do that. How it does it is it gives the muscle tone. So it's the muscle tone that now starts acting even without your notice. So the only time the muscle relaxes when you're sleeping. You see. So when you're doing sit-ups, crunches, in the moment you're doing it, you're benefiting a lot from what you're doing because this is what you're doing to the muscle. You know, so don't go to the mirror after that and hope that you see something. But while you're living your life, you're speaking, you're walking, this muscle helps support the trunk. That's why it helps you stand up when you lay down on your back. Then you stand up when you lay down on your back. So as a child, while you are learning to walk, you either fall forward or you fall backwards. And apart from the coordination of movements, it's a group of muscles that are supposed to be consciously controlled to help you stand and walk. Your brain had not developed enough to coordinate those muscles. One of them is this one. There are a couple of other ones. You know, so this muscle even helps you keep an erect position. So when the muscle has to from continuously flexing it, what it does is it gets to work without your permission. And by effect, it creates a flat midsection. without you even knowing.